committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the Thursday, August 4th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story, Prime Minister Frederick Stewart has described the late Sir Frederick Smith as an excellent criminal lawyer. While recognizing his skills in the area of forensics, he also said that Sir Frederick was well respected.
In spite of the great heights to which he ascended, never lost the common touch. Ordinary Barbadians believed that Sir Frederick Sleepy, as they affectionately called him, was their man. And therefore his passing represents, in a sense, a kind of end to an era in Barbados, because that type of politician is no longer around. And we have a lot to learn from the example which he set in politics, in law, and as a citizen of Barbados.
This afternoon, family, relatives and friends turned up at the Democratic Labour Party's headquarters to view the body of Sir Frederick. In his prime years, he was a former Chief Justice, a Court of Appeal judge, Attorney General and opposition leader. His son, Craig Smith, says one of his father's goals was to improve the quality of the Frederick Smith Secondary School.
He always felt that as that was the only school or the only secondary school in St. James and the wealth of the parish, that should really have one of the better schools in Barbados, and that was his goal. But unfortunately, he wasn't around long enough to achieve that goal, and I will try and carry on his wishes.
2016 continues to be a good year for tourism. So far, there's been an increase of an additional 17,000 visitors for the first 6 months of the year when compared to the same period last year. Tristan Ward tells us more.
The head of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., William Griffith, says arrivals continue to be on the up. He told a press conference on the performance of the key sector for the first 6 months of this year. Increased growth has also been seen almost every month.
All months in the first 6 months, with the exception of April, recorded increases in arrivals, with January at 62,485 arrivals total, and February at 61,015 arrivals, emerging as the two peak months in the 6-month period.
Mr. Griffith says the United Kingdom continues to be the largest market for Barbados, representing 36% of overall visitors.
During the period January to June 2016, this market produced a total of 114,940 stay-over visitors, an increase of 3%, or an additional 3,359 visitors when compared to the same period in 2015.
Even though the final count of visitors from the just concluded Cropover Festival has not come in as yet, Mr. Griffith believes there has been an increase. This has led to major growth in business during the Cropover season.
Through our combined marketing efforts with the NCF and the buzz created by celebrity participation in recent times, we have seen a major uptick in business and activity for the cropover season. This year, we were fortunate to have increased airlift, especially out of Fort Lauderdale with its daily service on JetBlue.
Looking ahead, the BTMI boss still expects arrivals to pass the near 15% hike last year. Tristan Ward, CBC News.
Well, work has started to relocate another 5 people from Whitehill in St. Andrew, and this is according to Housing Minister Dennis Kalman. As recently as May, residents in Whitehill appealed for help after heavy rains caused the land to slip even further. Minister Kalman says social reports are being done to identify the people who are in the most dangerous sections of the land.
We have issued contracts to build some more houses. As resources come, we will continue to relocate those persons from that particular area. But as you appreciate, that in these economic times, it is not easy to do what you want. You must have money. And if you don't have money, you can't move at the rate that people will expect you to move at. And I'm saying that we are doing our best, and we will ensure that we will look after the vulnerable ones first, and nobody can accuse us of being political.
The Barbados Network consultation is an attempt to bring more focus and sustainability to the effort by members of the diaspora who want to or already contribute to their nation. There were several sessions today, one of which was entitled "The Joy of Giving, Fostering Philanthropy." It dealt with the whole business of making it easier for charities, well-wishers and others to contribute to Barbados. Tonight we'll take a look at who some of the contributors have been over the years. Kent Jerson tells us more.
On the opening day of the Barbados Network consultation, Prime Minister Frondell Stewart told members of the diaspora they are important to this country's development. That comment brings people like Julia Robinson to mind. A Barbadian living in Maryland in the USA, her registered charity, Robinson Smiles and Hope Incorporated, has been assisting some of the most vulnerable in Barbadian society for years.
We have been helping the less fortunate kids in Barbados for the past 10 years. We give back to Barbados through school supplies, toys, clothing, food. We have a food bank here in Barbados that we supply food to every quarter, canned and dry foods. And any other need that we are able to help with is what we do here in Barbados.
Why do you do it?
Well,
Ms. Robinson says the initiative was born out of her passion to shield youngsters from some of the hardships she experienced as a child.
I'm from a family of 13, poor family, so just thinking of how I grew up, I just wanted kids not to experience the life I grew up.
Across the border, Mary Rouse is making her contribution through the Barbados Ball Canada Aid, a charity event that supports healthcare in this country.
Part of that funds that what we use is to donate back to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, so we look at healthcare initiative.
Some of the funds raised are also used to provide scholarships for Barbadians. While some contribute through their charities, others adopt a different approach, like Harriet Visser, who lives in Africa, but has started a small souvenir business in Barbados.
I saw that there was a niche, there was a market for it. They have souvenir shops here, but they didn't have, in my opinion, there were still things that were lacking.
It's existing efforts like these and new initiatives expected to come out of the consultation that government is hoping will help to drive future development.
Meantime, a local credit union is at the forefront of efforts to benefit from tapping into the diaspora. The City of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union Limited says it has long recognized the opportunities that will come by offering services to Barbadians living abroad. Marketing Manager Winston Allen spoke to CBC News about this aspect of COB's business at its booth.
We have members all over the world, so the diaspora, so we like to connect with them either here or there where they're living. So when they come here, we thought we would meet a lot more of them here, so we come and present ourselves so that they can get their stuff sorted out before they go back. So if they want to apply for a mortgage or get the house repairs done before they leave here or get it in train, we're right here to facilitate so that we don't have to have them notarize anything. They're here on the spot, we know there's them, they can sign and get the business done. As simple as that.
Mr. Allen says given the challenges some in the diaspora have experienced doing business here at home, the COB offers this group some peace of mind.
A lot of people have been burnt with all sorts of people, services. So we let them know that, okay, you don't have to put your money in anybody's hand. Put it in your account and instruct us to give the money to people when your work is done. So in other words, you don't have to be here to have your business done. It will be done through the credit union, and if there's any litigation, they're not only fighting you, they're fighting credit union because we will have evidence that we pay you and all that. So that's we tell people that we are here to protect all members' interests. Plain and simple.
Well, CBC's cruise was the place to be on Tuesday. Every level on board the MV Harbormaster was filled with people ready to join the family from the Pine for the last lap crop-over activity. People were actually waiting at the dockside from 6 on Tuesday morning to ensure that they were among the first at CBC's 10-2 cruise on board the MV Harbormaster. And there were no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The cruise was burst pork, and all the other adjectives you can think of in Bajan to describe the sold-out cruise. It was clear that those on board truly took advantage of the extra bank holiday to have the time of their lives. The Harbormaster was here for just a few weeks during the Cropover Festival. And of course, with our theme, It's On, We're In, CBC could not let the party vessel leave without getting in on the action. Marketing officer at CBC, Alicia Hinkson, says tickets sold out at the box offices over the weekend, and they actually had to leave people dockside as the Harbormaster caters to 750 people.
We had an overwhelming response from our audience, all walks of life, the young, the old. You know, they're really enjoying themselves on the cruise. We've had a sold-out boat, so we want to say thank you to our patrons. We've had a great time on board.
The crew from 98.1 The One was well represented on board with DJs Ras and Indian.
Mr. Harbormaster can say it's a beautiful boat, beautiful people. We're having a blast.
It's good to be back on the boat. And it's a wonderful time. You're seeing a cross genre of age ranges. You're seeing people from as young as 16 years old, persons as old as very, very much retired, and they're all coming together having a good time. A mixture of soca, a mixture of the oldie goldies, and it's really good to be back on the Harbormaster, and definitely good to see so many people of so much different ages having a good time. And I believe only CBC can make something like this happen.
And with that wide mix of age groups on board, you just know the queue in the community family was well represented. And the younger folk were not to be left out. So, in the words of our veteran broadcaster, Admiral International HD, you missed a lot if you missed our cruise.
CBC Cruise 2016, we're live on board the Harbormaster. If you miss us, you missed the cruise of your lifetime.
And we'll have more news ahead in just a moment. Stay with us.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
I'm gonna be late to my soccer practice.
Whether you're a working mom,
You having a bad day? It could not get any worse.
a stay-at-home mom,
To the right. Your other right. Let's play a game called Walk in a Straight Line.
or a single mom,
I'd rather go to Afghanistan than another kid's baseball game.
it's time to change the rules
Be bad moms.
and party like a mother. Bad Moms. Now showing Olympus Cinemas.
Play the new hot ticket, Super Sizzling Sevens, and you could be swimming in cash with a top prize of $107,000 and 21 chances to win $107,000 on each ticket.
The body of 25-year-old Timothy Innes of Ruby St. Philip was recovered from the sea yesterday afternoon. The young man was a patron attending a cruise called Tipsy on the Harbormaster on Sunday when he fell overboard about 100 meters offshore of the signal station of the Bridgetown port. His body was found by two men fishing about 1.25 miles from the Bridgetown port. His body was identified by a family member at the Coast Guard base. A St. Philip man has been remanded to prison on a murder charge, but in the interim, he will begin serving time on drug-related offences. 30-year-old Akil William McAllister Grant of Blades Hill No. 2 appeared before Acting Magistrate Roger Barker in the District C St. Matthias Court earlier today. He is accused of killing Michael Mapp sometime between May 18th and 24th. On that charge, Grant will return to court on September the 15th. The 30-year-old was also given 2-year sentences for possession and cultivation of cannabis, and those sentences will run concurrently. He was convicted, reprimanded, and discharged for entering Barbados by sea, except at a port of entry between January 1st and the 31st. Well, Fantasy Barbados is continuing its efforts to attract international celebrities, while at the same time marketing Barbados as an experience. Once again this year, the band brought some stars on the street for Kadooment Day.
The actors Dre and Tasha from the TV series Power were the band's two celebrities. It was an exciting time for Rotimi.
My experience with Crop Over was amazing. I had a good time, man. You know, touching the people and being from, I'm Nigerian, so having this type of feel is very authentic, very organic, and Barbados just welcomed me, man, and I'm just so blessed to be here as well.
Apart from participating in the festivities, he found time to work on his music videos. He's also signaled his intention to help promote the local cultural industry.
So I've been blessed with the opportunity to film one of my music videos from my record Paradise, which was on my project Summer Bangers, and just the different locations was just breathtaking. Like we would drive and literally stop just to say, oh, that's beautiful. But in any other place in the world, you have to plan everything. Barbados is one of those places where you don't have to plan anything. You just walk outside and you say, all right, this makes sense. And it's God sent to have that kind of opportunity where it's authentic and genuine.
Band leader Amanda Reefer explains bringing celebrities forms part of the Celebrity Cultural Tourism Initiative, a collaboration with the Ministries of Culture, Sports, Youth and Tourism.
When they come here, their presence here goes viral. It really is an opportunity for us to capitalize on their stardom to promote our product. And what is our product? Barbados is a wonderful space, it's a wonderful island, it's a great experience.
And Ms. Reefer says they are already searching for stars to invite to next year's Jump Up. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
And still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across our region. Stay with us.
Peoples, we still just got even